Hey there, everyone. It's child therapist Mr. Stu. Today, I'm going to talk with you about the 3 things mental health professionals look at to determine if a child is making progress or falling behind in their behaviors. And I'll show you how you can monitor those things at home. There are 3 main things that mental health professionals look at to determine if a child is improving in their behaviors. And it's the acronym FIT, F-I-T. The F stands for frequency. That's how often something is happening. The I is intensity. That's how extreme the behavior is. And T is for time. That's how long the behavior lasts. For negative behaviors, you're looking for those things to decrease. You want the frequency to come down. You want the intensity to come down, and you want the time to be less. For positive behaviors, you want those things to increase. You want them to be more frequent, more intense, and last for longer periods of time. Now, here's the thing. As you're monitoring kids and their behaviors, it's really important to keep in mind that those things might change at different rates, or some may go up while others go down, or in the case of positive behavior, some may go down while others go up. But as you're processing what's going on, see any changes you notice in those 3 categories. If a negative behavior is happening less frequently, but maybe it's more intense and lasts a little bit longer, that's okay, as long as at least one of those things is decreasing. As that one decreases and it continues to decrease, you'll also see the other levels begin to decrease as well. The same is true for positive behaviors. If you see the time of a positive behavior lasting longer, that's great. Even if the frequency stays the same and the intensity stays the same for a while, if one of the categories is moving up for a positive behavior, that shows progress. And here's the most important part of this whole system. You have to praise kids for any positive change you notice. If for a negative behavior you see the frequency, intensity, or time decreasing, you need to praise them for it, even if those other things have not changed. If a child's negative behavior has decreased in intensity, maybe they're only screaming but not cursing, or maybe their tantrum is happening more often but it's shorter, it's important to praise them and show them you notice the change. That's what triggers their brain to make even more change, because what you give more attention to, you will get more of. If you praise the positives, you'll get more positives. So let's say that your child is throwing a tantrum, and typically tantrums last 15 minutes, but this one only lasted 8. You can praise the child even though they had a tantrum, and tell them, you know what? That was a really tough time, but it lasted way less time than normal. I'm so proud of you for getting yourself under control faster. Maybe they're only screaming and not cursing. Even if they screamed, you can say, oh, but you know what? You didn't curse at me this time. Wow, that shows me you are really working on this. As adults, it can be hard when there's still some negatives to praise the positives, but that's what makes the change. The same is true for positive behaviors. If you see a child and they are doing something a little more often that you want them to do more often, tell them you notice it, even if it's less intense or lasts for a shorter period of time, but it's happening more frequently. Let them know you see it's happening more frequently. So that's how we as mental health professionals monitor kids' behaviors, and that's how you can do it at home. Remember that acronym FIT, F-I-T, frequency, intensity, and time, and you'll be able to monitor whether your children's behaviors are improving, getting worse, or staying the same. See what changes you notice in the frequency, intensity, and time of your kids' behaviors, and let me know in the comments about any progress they're making.